This is the Snarketing Podcast, for marketers by marketers, talking to marketers with just a touch of snark. It's the Snarketing Season 3 end-of-year recap Extravaganza Bonanza. We're tying a bow on the last 12 months. Now, here are your hosts, Valerie, Vespa, and Matt Wurst.
Well, we made it. This is the final episode of 2025 of Season 3, the Snarketing Podcast with Matt Wurst.
And Valerie Vespa.
And Valerie, I can't believe we survived another year of all of this.
Yeah, this was a heavy year.
So quick vibe check. What word best described 2025 for you?
Heavy.
Heavy. Mine was chaotic. So there you go. Chaos can be a good thing or a bad thing. Heavy can be a good thing or a bad thing. We'll leave it to our listeners to decide. But we're grateful that you're here listening to us now. We're gonna recap the year and look ahead to next year. This is the second annual end of year holiday extravaganza bonanza.
And you brought your trusty little Santa elf hat.
Yeah, it got longer. Last year it was about 30% smaller and shorter, but as you get older, your jingle balls start to hang a little lower. So we're gonna still be festive. We're gonna ring in the new year together, although it's still a little ways away. So let's jump in. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Okay. I want to start with the negative. Looking back, what do you think of all the things that we talked about or predicted that we got wrong or didn't do as well as we could have?
I mean, you do a lot of predicting on your LinkedIn communication, so I feel like you should start with your thoughts on this.
So maybe your lack of prediction was one thing that you got wrong. No. I think, well, this isn't a prediction. I think we weren't as consistent in recording this year. We're actually going to come in.
Okay.
We're under-delivering, guys. We last year we did 24 episodes. This year we're only doing 20. And okay. I blame you. There was like a 2-month hiatus where I didn't hear from you. I thought you might have been, I don't know where you were.
Hence my heavy description of the year.
Yeah, it's, things happen. This is not our day job. It's not even our night job. It's not a job. It's really just a side hobby.
Yes,
but
it's a passion project.
So I think that's one thing we need to do better at. So
well, is it quantity or is it quality?
It's both. It's not or, it's and.
There is consistency that's necessary with podcasting. I agree with that.
Yeah, I hear there's algorithms that you got to play towards.
Fair.
But I think, as we get into it, like maybe more receipts, right? We should hold ourselves more accountable. We talk a lot with really smart people who are doing really incredible things. Maybe next year we should revisit with people too. Maybe we'll have some return guests.
I think that's a great idea. I think
that's also lazy on our part, so we don't have to reach out to new people. We can go to the people we know.
I mean, I think the funny thing is we interview people and then within a year's time, a lot changes for them.
Half of them aren't even in the same company anymore.
Correct. Yeah. So I think it's really great to see that because, people, I think our audience are huge fans of some of our guests. So to hear any updates as to what's going on in their lives would be terrific.
Okay. So season 4 will be some part 2 revisitation sequel reconnections. We'll do some of that. I think back over the last year and, the industry itself, I think, told itself some lies at the beginning of the year. There are some things that, like creators are the new brand. I don't think that ever fully materialized. I think to a certain extent, some did, some didn't.
And I think that will continue to be the case.
I think, everyone talked about AI not replacing people's jobs. Well, it's replacing people's jobs. So
it is.
Yeah, it is. Definitely. Those people who are not adapting fast enough like AI can do the job of multiple people. Depends on what it is. It's a very broad thing, but there are roles that are no longer needed. And I
Yeah.
think that's going to get even more pronounced in the
I know.
year
I
ahead.
think it's very interesting to like look at like jobs available. Like when I'm on LinkedIn, sometimes it like pops up, and it's interesting to see the type of new roles that are in play and what kind of skill sets that they're looking for. Because I think there's never any real mention about soft skills in job write-ups, but there are very like technical, things that are technical with even within a sales role, let's say, that you just didn't see back in the day. Um, People want you to be able to have AI experience within sales capacities. You know what I mean? Things where like
Well, it's
generally we,
automation.
yeah,
I think the big thing that we're going to get into is less automation and more orchestration. That's going to be a
yes.
term I use a lot next year. Hopefully that results in personalization if we're getting into the rhyming economy. But I don't know that we have it fully figured out yet. One thing that I did find interesting over the last couple of weeks are several senior executives who said like it's really not good at the direction we're heading in that so many junior roles have basically been eliminated because how do people grow? How do people move into mid tier and early management? Like if there are these gaps in the career ladder, the whole thing falls apart. So I think there's going to be a reckoning to a certain extent, and maybe we take our foot off the gas in certain aspects of AI and apply it in areas where it's more mutually, socially, societally beneficial.
I mean, I think taking it even a step back further, you start to look at the changes happening within colleges where, a place like Northeastern that has a 5-year program because of the year that you do like, I forget what it's called, where
It's
you
like
work.
abroad.
No, you don't
Oh,
do it
like
abroad. You
work
do like a
study.
year, yeah, work study type of thing.
Mm.
I think those types of schools are becoming way more interesting to people because you come out of there with job experience, and so maybe there is this opportunity to get to this like mid-tier roles that coming out of college versus starting in a super entry level role. I don't know. Like, what does college look like to prepare you for this new world? Is what I'm trying to say.
Well, especially given that, I mean, they're not in college yet, but our kids and a lot of their friends all want to be influencers. And what crystallized really, really firmly for me this year is the distinction between a creator and an influencer. I think influence in many ways is actually somewhat of a liability because if you can't create and you're basically just being paid to shill a product, that's not like people are starting to see through that, right? Like
It's actually,
strangers.
it almost feels like a swear word. It's kind of gross that we've used it for so long.
Well, but I think on the flip side, the rise of peer trust and user generated content and verified experience, when the content, it doesn't need to be perfect, but I think creator credibility
Agreed.
outlasts influencer fatigue, right? And we've talked to a number of people in that space this year. And that was one of my takeaways is that, you know, I create content every day. Does that mean I'm influential? No, but I'd rather be a creator than seen as a paid shilled influencer, although I wouldn't mind getting paid more to create. Maybe there's a common ground that could happen there.
Yes, you need to scale your brand.
Or maybe we just need like 3 premium sponsors for this podcast.
Good pitch right now.
Good plug there. Good plug
Yeah, that
there.
was a good plug. Yeah.
So, I mean, do you think that celebrity is still a thing? Like celebrities in some cases were influencers and in some cases are creators and in some cases are both. But the definition of what a celebrity is has certainly changed.
It has. I mean, with the Kardashians and such, I mean, they are like the perfect version of celebrity plus influencer plus creator. Um,
Yeah,
whether or not you like them or not, but they are the convergence of it all.
well, because they were early, they were consistent, and I think there's credibility, but they also have that following, right? The quiet shift that nobody wanted to admit this year is that, social media can drive discovery, but it's not actually driving, loyalty. It's not driving connection in a way that people thought it could have.
Well, and on top of that, like DTC and the idea of like, getting people to
down to
subscribe
connect. What does
to
that mean? What does D2C mean in your world?
Oh, definitely not down to connect, but
Oh.
direct to consumer, not having any brick and mortar and using social to get people to buy your shit. Like people aren't doing subscriptions anymore. It's becoming out of control. Like people are not doing, I don't think they're going to be doing that as much as they once had.
Well, I think brands realize they don't own the relationship anymore.
Right. That's right.
They're borrowing relevance. I don't even think look, knowing what we know about social media platforms, I've been saying this for a while. You don't own the data or the context either. So this is why we do what we do over there. I'm for my day job. But the cost of renting attention is going to keep going up. So it's not about posting more.
And no, I mean, going back to the Kardashians, because I really do think it's like a perfect example. Like they created their own brands off of all of the things that they had been doing, and like think about something like Skims, where like it's like a undergarment that's like pretty cost effective. Like they're sold in all these different places that like super high end stores to not super high end stores, and it's just like very. I don't know how they do it so well.
Well, they did smart partnerships, right? That was a key. So it was strategic. It was not.
So maybe alignment with.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, I think the collab will still always be very strong. Right.
Yeah. I mean, that's strategy. So that for how many years have people been saying like media is dead? It's not. It's just fragmented. It's probably a little nervous, right? You got publishers. Everyone is in commerce media now. We've got so many platforms where this can all happen, but media isn't dead. I just think the funnel is. I said that a few times this year, and I think it's truer than ever because the technology has made it such that discovery and conversion can happen at the same time. That's never happened before. Whether you see an out-of-home placement and you can walk right in and buy something or buy something on your phone, or you're on a website and you can shop or TikTok shop, all of it, right? But everyone's fighting for relevance beyond page views. Everyone wants to be a network. I just think the identity crisis either needs to is either going to get worse or it's going to come crashing down and just kind of be fixed because some of the it almost happened with TikTok going away. But that I don't think anyone ever really thought that was going to happen.
Yeah.
But who do you think is best positioned from a media or platform ownership heading into 2026?
Oh, that's such a great question. I mean, my immediate head went to Walmart, but they're already kind of there, so that was sort of like a cop out. I mean, we just met with Megan from Uber, and it sounds like they're bringing some in real life experiential stuff plus all the other stuff. I mean, it sounds very. She sold me on it.
But in Asia, they have super apps that can do everything, right? We don't really have that in the West.
No.
I think some have the opportunity to become that. That's what Elon Musk wanted to build with X Twitter, but it's not really happening. So yeah, maybe it is the Uber ecosystem.
Ownership of all.
If they can figure out payment structure, if they bought PayPal, I don't think it works that way because I think it's like two scorpions in the desert. They're too powerful to one eat the other. But that consolidation is what I'm thinking about, and I think TikTok could become that, right? If they get more transactional trust, but there's still not a lot of confidence that there's safety happening there. I see so much junk that I don't even want to open TikTok.
I mean, the whole thing that brain rot has become a term in the dictionary now. And that it's there's way more research done about what it's doing to teens and such. That you've written about it. I mean, it's terrifying. So I think there's always going to be that shadow cast on them of do I really want to support something like this?
Well, not to get on my soapbox, but one of the things that I really believe is going to be critical next year between that proliferation of slop and broader AI accessibility, right, is this reality check, right? It's not a magic trick. It has to become more muscle memory at an institutional level, but also at a personal level for everybody. But I, everything is AI powered now, but nothing is actually AI protected. Like AI is not protecting us yet. And I think whoever figures that piece of it out is going to be well positioned. That's where I think we're headed.
And
You know,
shockingly, it's none of the developers of the actual AI platforms that exist today. Yeah.
you would know. It's you know, my CEO, who I love and adore, and who I think is brilliant, said to me when I first met him, "When you're building, you either want to be first or last. Because if you're first, you can get ahead and you can get an advantage. Or if you're last, you can see all the other things that people screwed up
Mm-hmm.
and do the right thing and get
Mm-hmm.
it right."
It's true.
I think there's going to be that same pattern happening here where some of the earlier adopters will be able to figure it out because they will have the runway and the capital. And then someone else will come in and create something new that challenges those first movers. And everyone in the middle is going to either go away, get acquired, or just fade into irrelevance.
I mean,
This is what happened with social media.
I appreciate the level of competition going on in the space right now, and that worries me that could get consolidated over time as well. I don't know what your thoughts are on that, but I like that there's a healthy.
Yeah. So how much time do we have?
I know.
The 6 richest people who run technology platforms are all ideologically aligned in ways that I think a lot of people find troubling. And
Yes.
this state-sponsored capitalism, for lack of a better term, we're getting really heady here. This is not snarketing at all. But
And don't
I'm
you
sure I can bring it back here.
are you using capitalism in a negative term?
I'm using it in a financial term,
Okay.
right?
Yes.
In that
Fair.
the rich are getting richer. Those 6 people are now positioned thanks to government involvement in ways that will
Increase
distance
that.
themselves from
Yeah.
the competition.
Yeah.
And there's no checks and balances on that. So that's where internationally we have to get more competitive. And that race, we'll see what happens. I mean, there's a lot that AI did quietly this year that I don't think people appreciate. And there's a lot of noise that happened that I think contributed to confusion. And that's where under delivery and over promising and vice versa, that'll be an interesting thing to look at next year too.
And hopefully by next year we'll have a much more tangible understanding of the impact of it on like these junior level jobs and like how to sort of like things evolve from
beyond
the
the
last
LLM.
year.
It's beyond the LLM. It's not generative content. It's not rewriting your emails. It's not even developing processes that make you smarter or more efficient. The real secret is going to be, I said this earlier, orchestration. The overlaying wrapper of all of the agents that needs to be coordinated. Otherwise, Terminator is going to be real.
I love the term orchestrate because I just imagine like having to, just having your hands up in the air and.
Well, every orchestra needs a conductor.
That's what I mean. I feel like I'm the conductor, and I love that idea of conducting. So,
you know what I didn't love this year was the conductors on the Long Island Railroad, making my commute much more challenging. But we'll save that for.
Enjoy the advertising on it, though?
I did see a lot of new digital placements.
Oh.
It did get me to go to RPM with my kid, so it did work.
Oh.
The reach and frequency, something it knew. It knew that I was going to go. I did also see a lot of ads for mental health, which
yes, I mean, we do that.
Not a joke, but like a good reminder sometimes that a lot of crazy stuff is happening, and we do need to take care of ourselves. That there's no hedging there. There's no it depends when it comes to that. Right? That's the one thing I think that's going to matter more than people think.
Yeah.
So
I do think that whole the business of mental health and like how to really support people. I just finished watching the Charlie Sheen documentary. I mean, there's just a lot of red flags, and people don't know how to address it with the person who is having
Tiger
issues.
blood is the answer. No, it's not.
I forgot about that until I watched it.
I didn't even watch it yet, but I don't know how you could ever forget that.
That was insanity.
I mean, there's a lot of crazy things. Like if we went through our Oscar in memoriam montage of like people who died and crazy stuff that happened, it would be a long list of messed up stuff. And I don't want to dwell on that, but I feel like at least in the last few weeks, but it probably goes back the last few years, the last decade, I don't want to check the news. I don't want to even follow the business race. I don't want to know what's happening in sports because my teams stink. Like there's nowhere to go except inward to family and friends. And I don't know, creativity for me.
I mean, I'm going to forward you a podcast with Scott Galloway. He had this guest on, and it was exactly speaking to that, Matt. It was like we've lost sight over the last several decades of, people have smaller families, people don't have community, and love is the answer.
Well, you know what it's not is alcohol because no one's drinking anymore. Apparently that's down like 50% or some crazy number. We should get someone from one of the alcohol brands on next year to help us talk through how they're adapting to that change.
Oh God, I don't know if you adapt, you just accept. I mean, it's just.
Or you expand your product portfolio. There are great non-alcoholic solutions to, I don't know, maybe they don't solve the world's problems, but they're not going to make it worse then.
Yeah. So, yeah.
What do you think as we sort of look ahead? One thing that we talk about now or we obsess about or is like dominating the headlines or our conversations that won't matter anymore. Like just it's either accepted or it's gone. No pressure.
I mean, I was going to say the Epstein files, but
that's the gift that keeps on giving. I don't know. I feel like every week that's going to get more and more relevant. We're just going to find out more people. I might even be on there from 25 years ago. I hope not.
I feel like we just already know. But anyway, it's like we know Bill Clinton.
But there are going to be some surprises. There'll be some surprises. Just hopefully not anybody in our.
I don't know. Maybe I'm numb to things. I'm like, am I really surprised? Anyway, no, I'm sorry. That's a bad example. What would be yours?
One thing that like won't matter anymore that does this year. I mean, I would hope that it's like, I want to say like gun violence. I want to say, diseases, but that's not going to get fixed.
Oh gosh, I heard that there's a cure for type 1 diabetes. So there you go. That's
all right. So we stop. Check. We check that off. I crossed off the whiteboard.
Not yet.
I did something this year.
It's nearly
I would
out
to
there.
Cross something off.
I know. I
don't know that I have a good answer. I feel like I'm gonna have to put some time into it. I'm gonna write. Maybe I'll write it because I always think better when I'm writing. Here, there's no filter, and I just say whatever comes to mind. But I am due for a 2026 predictions for the year 2026. You think you'd read them all?
Yes.
If I wrote 2026, I think I can do it. I think that's going to be my my holiday break challenge to myself. I think budget shifts is one thing that people will talk less about. Like there's been so much uncertainty financially in our industry. I think we're tired of the uncertainty and people are just going to make decisions and say, screw it. It may be less. We may see some real scaling back.
Well,
but I just don't think people are comfortable with just the uncertainty of, I don't know what it's going to be in next quarter. I'm living day to day. We're going to see.
I think it's the years of alignment between the CMO and the CFO that hadn't historically always been the case. I mean, obviously on a case-by-case basis, it could have been, but I think it's more dramatic now than ever that the CMO and CFO alignment is lock and step.
Well, maybe that's my answer to the other question, which is what won't matter anymore because there are so many CMO roles just being eliminated. So the CFO won. It's over.
Oh, no.
Right? So they're going to just determine the budget. They're going to play it conservative and the creative is going to suffer or
shine.
We'll have to, Yeah, I think that's something that I think will change. What do you think is one consumer behavior that we just won't tolerate next year?
I mean, I said subscriptions to products, but consumer behavior. I don't know. You're really asking interesting ones
I
here.
want to have everyone start unsubscribing from emails that they don't read.
Yeah, I love that. I do
I
that
think
when
we need to
Google asks
really
me.
let's clean it up,
Yeah, I don't want
right?
to keep
That to me
paying
would be,
Google another $2 every few years for no more storage.
and they don't need it. They don't need your money, but why are they doing that? It's crazy. I don't know. They certainly don't need more people because they're converting. Just Gemini should just take care of all that for me.
I
Why isn't it
know.
yet? I don't know. I mean, I'm getting emails for things that I guarantee and know that I not only didn't subscribe for, but is so poorly targeted. I've been trying to. Okay, I'm going to come clean here. For the last maybe month, every day, like clockwork, I am getting an email from a women's bra D2C company to my work
Um,
email. Okay,
no,
I can promise you, I haven't been
you
shopping for it.
you
I
didn't
haven't been
put your
accidentally clicking on anything. I haven't been
yeah.
deliberately clicking on anything. What the heck? And why can't I unsubscribe?
Bad data.
That's right. I think there's just a laziness. I think nothing is really being checked. No one's being
Yeah,
called out on it. I think
yeah,
there's a free for all because there are
yeah.
no more rules in society anymore. That's clear from the government on down.
Yep. I
That's
mean, the
fine.
amount of spam I get in my text inbox now is rivaling, no, not necessarily rivaling my Gmail, but it's really, really shitty. And I get a lot of people asking, "Hey, how you doing? Is this Anna? Oh, sorry, this is Sarah." I'm like, what is going on here?
Well, there are those phone weird text messages. It's like, hey, have you been playing the piano lately? And you're like, from like a weird random phone number. I think
Yes.
those are just like phishing texts. But I thought I was the only one getting them. Like I was on some wrong phone number email, but or listserv. Everyone is getting those, right?
Yeah. What
Like,
are people doing with
what?
those?
I don't know. Are people actually falling for that? Like, no, I have not been playing the piano lately, but I should take it up now. Do you know any good piano teachers? Like, is that where the conversation is going? Or should I wire you money and you could teach me the piano over the internet? Why don't I just send you my bank account information?
Oh my
What is
gosh.
how but who are the people that conceive of those ideas and then are putting the time and effort into it? Or is it just some like bot
I
from
think it
some
I think it's a bot.
international dark web espionage cave?
I think the latter.
You don't know the
Yeah.
answer. We don't know the answer. Yeah, we don't know.
Yeah.
We'll never know. But you know what? At some point, I'll be bankrupt because I've invested and sent money to, learn how to either adapt my wardrobe to start wearing women's undergarments, or I will become a savant piano player in my 50s and 60s. Those are the only two possible outcomes at this point. So let's close on a positive note. Let's reframe this
I
technology.
thought you were going to segue to a close when I said love is the answer, but then we kind of went off on another tangent.
Love is, love has always been an answer, but it can't solve all. If it could, like, prayer is not changing or stopping the tide here, and I don't think love is either. All of the conversations I hear when I listen to podcasts of Scott Galloway are talking about the challenges that men are facing, and we see it with incels and
Oh yeah.
things that were not happening when we were growing up. And
No,
the technology is to blame for a lot of that. So we got to
absolutely.
get off our screens. So while you're listening to this podcast, go for a run with your child. I don't know what else to say. But for me, the
Experience
reset,
life.
yeah, we need like a human reset, right? I want to create and end this on a positive signal, not just noise. But I think that's the message I want to take into 2026 is like, read the signals and give off good signals and stop with the noise, right? Good taste, good judgment, context. Let's bring it back. Let's bring it
And
back.
And when you feel this sense of like, because I have like throughout this past year had moments where I was so infuriated by certain things I was seeing. When you feel that sort of level and height of strength of power of emotion, like you need to like settle back and remove yourself from places that give you that feeling. Like, going back to mental health, just like checking yourself.
Well, I think it's removing yourself from certain things and finding new things. And that to me is why love
Yes.
is only part of the answer, but there's a bigger story here, which I never thought there'd be something bigger than love. But the word I'm going to use is something we hear a lot. It's kind of lost its meaning, but I want to bring meaning back to the word community, because the word unity within community, it means a common unity, things we share. If we can find and restore and repair and reconnect over the things that we have in common and the things that we find meaningful and valuable, we're not all going to agree on everything, but if we can find the things that we do agree on and do it in a civil way, or just cut our losses and cut off the dead weight and go to people and spend time with people that do share those things with us, then to me, it's speeding up to slow down and slowing down to speed up, right? That's the fastest move, I think.
Oh, I love that, Matt.
So
on that note,
what's the final advice, guidance, tip from you? What are we going to do together in 2026?
Maybe we need to create a Snarketing podcast community where we meet in real life.
Oh my God, did you just go there? Are we going to do this?
I think we need
hands
to.
In?
We need to.
Hands in?
Hands in. Let's.
Listener, hands in? Are we going to do it? We're going to do more in real life events together?
Yes. I think we have a great community who loves us, and we can do it.
All right, let's make that our New Year's resolution, to actually plan, orchestrate, and celebrate each other. Because at the end of the day, we're here for each other, but we're also here for the broader collective, our community. So,
love you, Matt. Happy holidays.
Great.
Yes, absolutely.
Happy holidays to you and to your family and to your loved ones, and most importantly, to your coworkers, because I do love your coworkers.
Better than me at this point. And to our audience, happy holidays. May it be safe, healthy, happy,
that goes without
loving.
Saying. Yes, we love you. Thank you. And best to everyone for a happy and healthy new year.
Well, that's a wrap. Not only on this episode, but also on Season 3 in 2025. This year had just about everything. But let's all resolve to make 2026 even bigger, better, and snarkier. Wishing you all a great new year, and see you soon. Thanks for listening.